a list of what other activities they enjoy?
Yes, sir. We actually do.
It is on
Page 8.
Page 8.
We had a diagram of it in which included the Pine Mountain Theater, the Ozark Mountain Hoedown, the Queen Anne Museum, Cosmic Cavern, Turpentine Creek, and that was pretty much it. And the Passion Play. So the Passion that is a large percentage, so we probably should have included that. But those are the total, you know, all the different attractions that we did include in this, and that other people said they would come and see. Any other questions?
Does anyone have any questions? Great stuff.
Thank
Be a
you.
good read.
Yeah.
Didn't have a chance to read it, but scanning it looks like it's got some good numbers in there for, you know, for the effect of shows. Okay. Not everyone is doing well. Are there different things? You sort of brought this up. You know, what more could we be doing? And so we thought maybe we should have a discussion and at least start bringing some things out about what are things we could look at. I don't think we're going to try to solve any of our world problems tonight, but if we could start talking about different marketing things, different things to do. And that's one of the reasons I'd sent out this other article, which I don't know if you've all ever signed up for hotelmarketing.com, but they have a lot of synopsis of a lot of different articles. So for anybody who's looking for different articles on not just the hotels, but it's about the whole travel industry and airlines. And, they've got some real good stuff. And I thought this was very apropos because basically what I get the gist out of this is that in the old days, I guess we'll call them the old days, 10, 15 years ago, the mass media really amounted to spending as much money as you could on as many hard copy prints that you could do it and getting it placed in the places you wanted it placed in. I mean, that's where the major part of your budget is. The whole intent of the article was to say is that we maybe need to start rethinking that, in that there are other things that we can start possibly doing now, and they talk about your owned media, your earned media. Obviously, this is heavily weighted towards social marketing. Your own media, basically. You know, what are the things that you can do? And being that it seems like the internet is getting very heavy, that's the other reason I sort of like this article, is that maybe we need to start turning our thinking around. Perhaps print isn't the only thing we should be doing. So, anyways, just wanted to open up for some discussion on what we might think we might want to do differently. Jim's going to need some input for planning for next year, so this is early enough now that we could begin to give him some ideas of what we were thinking. Joanne.
I'll start.
All right.
I'm really fond of paid searches on the internet where you only pay whenever someone clicks on your ad. You employ Google and all the big search engines, and you list in as many keywords as you want.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever someone types in, if someone typed in motorcycles, then Eureka Springs would be the top 3 and they're in a shaded box. Now if somebody clicks on Eureka Springs in that shaded box, then we pay them a negotiated rate. If they click on it down below, where we will be also, then that's free.
Mm-hmm.
So I like the accountability of it, I like the affordability of it, I like the reach of it, the scope of it, the fact that we can control those keywords with anything that we want to target the many different markets that are here. Whether it's the passion play people or the motorcycle people or the spa shopping people, or you can put all those into your search engine to come up to the top.
Kind of like niche marketing, but at a mass scale.
It's highly accountable.
Right.
Everyone, the old saying, half of my advertising works, I just don't know which half.
Right.
Right. There's really no metric in place. Marketing is not a black and white. Marketing's not like accounting. There's no right, there's no wrong. There's many, many roads to get to the same destination. And when you can find something that builds in accountability, that's a bonus. That's a plus, because we know that those ads out there work, whether they're in the publications or on cable or on network TV or what, they're working. We just can't say which ones and how much. So with this, you would know what word they typed in to search, so you'd actually be able to parse it down to who's getting the most online, and you wouldn't pay unless you got clicks.
Much more trackable, I admit.
There's a website that I use when I'm writing copy for my online catalog. How many people were searching for something using this word? And I looked, bath shop, of course, you know, bath salts, perfume, that sort of thing. Is this the sort of thing where how many people were looking, that you can find out what people are asking for when they're searching for a vacation? Is there some way we get that kind of feedback? Like, what are most people looking for? What are they asking for? And if it was in our copy, did they click on us? And then what happened? When they click on Eureka Springs, then it goes what, to our website?
Right. And you get the statistics on which keywords they use to do a search.
Right.
So you
Yeah,
know what they're
okay,
searching
that's
for.
what I'm asking. I guess I am so illiterate when it comes to computers. I mean, although I did last week work my way through setting up a blog. I now have a blog, but it doesn't say anything yet. But I'm learning, and it sounds like from this thing that I read here, it sounds like most people are getting their information over the internet.
Of course they are. Yeah.
They are.
From a travel perspective.
And if you, and then if you segue into our media list of where we spend our money, I think we already said last month that you were going to make a lot of adjustments on this, but I'm of the thinking that just about all of this media can be dropped unless we have, I mean, all this print stuff, unless we are having an ad that's specific, like if we're specifically advertising in American Style magazine, art, then in that ad, we're putting in that ad all of the art events that are happening during the year. So that you're not just looking and seeing a picture of a sculpture and saying, gee, I should go there because they have museums. No, this is happening. We're having this gallery tour, and they're having this thing, and they're having these classes, and then the website address. Specific ads like that. I mean, we have something to say, but general magazines, like just with the picture of Eureka Springs, and I'm not going to get off on a rant on pictures of buildings, but I don't think it does us any good. Just general ads.
A couple of things. One, I would caution not to throw out the baby with the bathwater.
No.
There are publications that work. There is still a large segment of the population, those older people, that rely heavily on print, and they read those magazines and those catalogs and stuff cover to cover, whether they intend to or not. And certainly some of it works. Again, it's just so hard to say which ones and how much. And my second point would be that the social media is the new craze, and it's the hip thing, but it's a really fine line between doing advertising and becoming a nuisance. There are social media social media interests that I subscribe to that I've taken off because it's just like someone doing this to you all day long. So it's a fine line.
Right,
We don't want to become a nuisance. We want to have a presence there, but more of an awareness. I think that we should use other media to drive people to the social networking websites so that they can find out a lot of details about Eureka. But we shouldn't really use that as our promotional vehicle. It's a real fine line.
Well, and it also depends, and I see what you're saying, Emmett. I don't think social media is an advertising media where you go out and all you really put out is that, this special and that special. I think people are looking for conversations, are looking for, tell me what's good for me, what can I do? What I think that really becomes advertising is the more you talk about Eureka Springs and the things there are to do, the more people hear it, the more they pass it on to someone else. So it's like everyone starts seeing it's an ad, but it's not an ad.
Right. Well,
really,
testimonials are very, very effective, and that's
Right.
what you get on the social networking websites. Is you get people who came here, and they type about it and say, oh my gosh, I had such a great time, I'm definitely going back, I'm looking forward to the fall, but those are the most powerful